I bless God's name, proclaim God's victory day after day. Tell of God's glory among the nations, God's wondrous deeds among all peoples. For Adonai is great and much acclaimed. God is held in awe by all divine beings. All the gods of the peoples are mere idols, but Adonai made the heavens. Glory and majesty are before God. Strength and splendor are in God's temple. Let the heavens rejoice and the earth exult. Let the sea and all within it thunder. The fields and everything in them exult. Then shall all the trees of the forest shout for joy at the presence of Adonai. For God is coming to rule the earth. God will rule the world justly and all its peoples in faithfulness.
Now I'll do the introduction. You introduce Psalm and I'll say.
Okay, Shirul Adonai on page 13. Please join us.
We're on page 20.
I'm sorry?
We're going to skip that one.
Oh, we're going to skip it. Okay. All right, that's good. Okay, so please turn to page 20 and join us in Shalom Aleichem. This is 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Lechadodi, page 20. 1, 2, 3.
No, 1, 2, 5, and 9.
That's the one.
There we go.
Well-oiled machine are we. Sing it just like we always do. Lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. 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 Shahamor v'zakor v'dibur echad, Ishmiyanu echad yuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shemo tiferet v'litila. Lechadodi dodi, Lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, ki mekor ha'aracha, merosh mekedem mesucha, soch ma'aseh v'machshava tchila. Lechadodi dodi, Lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Please rise. Greet the Sabbath Queen. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha u'betzola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, boi chala. Lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela.
I'd like to invite Anna up for a reading, please.
It was the coldest winter, and many animals were dying because of the cold. The porcupines realized the situation, decided to group together to keep each other warm. This was a great way to protect protect themselves from cold and keep each other warm, but the quills of each one wounded their closest companions. After a while, they decided to distance themselves, but they too began to die due to the cold. So they had to make a choice, either accept the quills of the companions or choose death. Wisely, they decided to go back to being together. They learned to live with the little wounds caused by the close relationship with their companions in order to receive the warmth of their togetherness. This way, they will be able to survive.
Thank you. Very nice. Please turn to page 24 and join in Shalom Aleichem.
That one I'm good.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nishalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzechem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Please turn to page 26 and rise for the Chatzi Kaddish. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabba ve'alma divrach urtei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uvyomechon b'yikon beit Yisrael b'hagala uvizman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Ne'omei Omaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach Yitpar V'yiromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yithalev V'yithalal Shmei Dekudesha Brichu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata damihiran be'alma ve'imeru. Amen. Please turn to page 28 and join in the Baruch Hu.
La 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 la. 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 La 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai. Amen.
Please be seated. And we turn now to page 30. please join in the Ma'ariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, b'chochma poteach sha'arim, uvitnuna meshaneh itim, umechalif et hazmanim, umesader et hakochavim, b'mishvorotechem barakia kirtzano, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil bein yom uvein layla, Adonai tzavaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. We turn now to page 34, and please rise for the Shema.
Sing it out. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. And turning to page 36, please join me in the Ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi tzadikha Hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibartam bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'elechtecha v'aderech, u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha, u'shartam leyot hayadecha, v'hayu letotafot beinenecha, u'vtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim lelohechem ahani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem meretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. We page forward to page 40 for Mi Kamocha. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and for the generations to come, a song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, a song of peace. Mi kamocha.
Sing along.
Ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ni kamocha b'lim Adonai, ni kamocha nedar v'kodesh, Torah Nora Tehillah, Osefele, Nora Tehillah, Osefele. Malchutzecha ra'u ve'amecha bokei alam nifnei Moshe. Ze'elianu ve'ameru, Ze'elianu ve'ameru. Adonai imlo le'olam va'ed. Adonai imlo le'olam va'ed. Kamocha barim Adonai, kamocha nerda b'kodesh. Nora Tehillah, Osefele, Nora Tehillah, Osefele. La la. Ya la la ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la.
Please turn to page 46 and rise for the tefillah.
Adonai sefatatita ufia gitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei
Ochaba Elohim Adonai.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlu Adonai iti, umemechav Shemo yachdav. Lecha Adonai hagevura, vehagevura, vehatiferet, vehanetzach, vehaod. Ki beho hashamayim uv'aretz, Bashamayim uvaretz, Lecha Adonai hamacha, v'hamid na'aseh lechol rosh. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim haolam omeid. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim haolam omeid. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim, al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim.
You may be seated. This is the parashat Pinchas, how Pinchas got the high priesthood assigned to his family for all eternity for an act of what we would call homicidal rage. But we'll see about that in a second. I call for the Aliyah, Noah. Ya'amod Hadishon, Noah ben Elimelech ve'ambara kana nivrakat haTorah.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai hamborach leolam va'ed.
Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'nahatan lanu et Torato. Baruch ata Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayedaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aharon hakohen heshiv et chamati me'al bnei Yisrael bikno et kanoti betocham velo chiliti et bnei Yisrael bekanoti. Lachen emor hineni noten lo et briti shalom והייתה לו ולזרעו אחריו ברית כהונת עולם, תחת אשר קינא לאלוהיו, ויכפר על בני ישראל. בשם איש ישראל המוכה, אשר הוכה את המדיינית, זמרי בן סלו, נשיא בית אב לשמוני. בשם האישה המוכה המדיינית, כוזבי בת צור, ראש אומות בית אב במדיין הוא. וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור, צרור את המדיינים והכיתם אותם, כי צוררים הם לכם בנכליהם אשר נכלו לכם על דבר פאור, ועל דבר כוזבי בת נשיא מדיין אחותם, המוכה ביום המגפה על דבר פאור, ויהי אחרי המגפה.
Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch ata Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, Pinchas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, has turned aside my anger from the sons of Israel in his concern and jealousy for my honor in their midst. And therefore I did not wipe out the sons of Israel in my jealousy. Therefore proclaim, behold, I am now giving to him my covenant of peace, and to him and to all his descendants after him, I will give the covenant of the eternal priesthood, because of the concern he showed for his God, and thus he atoned for the sons of Israel. Now the name of the Israelite man who was killed along with the Midianite woman was Zimri, the son of Salu, a leader and a prince in one of the clans of the Simeonite tribe. And the name of the woman who was killed, she was a Midianite, was Cosbi, the daughter of Tsur, who was the head of leagues of people in the patriarchal house of the Midianites. And Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, attack the Midianites and defeat them, for they are enemies to you in the plottings and the weavings that they have woven against you, in the matter of the Peor affair, and in the matter of Cosbi, the daughter of the prince of Midian, their sister, who was killed on the day of the plague because of the Peor affair. And so it was after the plague.
Yashir Koach. Thank you. Which Misha Bayrock are we doing tonight?
Lisbeth.
Lisbeth, okay. So we now take a moment while the Torah is out to say Misha Bayrock for family, friends, and friends' relations that are in need of a prayer of healing. And we're remembering tonight Arthur Winter. Anyone else we can think of? Part of the congregation? Sylvia Seidman. Okay. And then anyone who you're thinking of who'd like to call out their name? Okay.
Jeffrey Knowles, Shea Root, Nelson Drudy, Fred Vincent, Kenneth Lemaire, Dougie Lemaire.
So we'll be doing the Elisabeth Misha Bayrock tonight. Take it away, Josh.
Excellent, like this.
Vishvera Avotenu V'imotenu Yivare Virapeh Kohamim. Grant the ones fighting illness time without the pain. Help the ones in despair know some joy again. Nishibera Avotenu V'imotenu Yivare Virapeh Kohamim. Bless me too, that I may be a source of strength for those in need. When I fall, help me hear the prayer of healing. Someone is singing just for me. Shebera Avotenu V'imotenu. May we all be blessed with hope and health and love.
Please rise as we return the Torah to the Ark. Bezot HaTorah
Asher LaMoshe Livnei Israel Adonai Beyad Moshe.
Pick that whole thing up before it gets crushed.
Hodo. Roman, I got Roman. I got that right here. Ooh, that's a little high.
There it is. Romeru Adonai Eloheinu V'yishtachavu V'hakosho. Romeru Adonai Eloheinu V'yishtachavu V'hakosho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romeru. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romeru. Hodu Omeretz V'shamayim V'yam Erev
Shabbat Shalom. What is going on here? In last week's portion, Balak, king of Moab, is distressed by the presence of a horde of Hebrews, 500,000 of them, camping on his border. He enlists the aid of Balaam, a world-class sorcerer, to curse the Hebrews. Balaam tries, but he can only say good things about the newcomers, no matter how hard he tries or how much he is bribed. Balak and Balaam give up, and we suppose there was a period of peaceful coexistence between the Moabites, the Midianites, and the Hebrews. But it will not last. In the Torah, we find that there was a love-hate relationship between the Hebrews and the Midianites, who are related to us through Abraham and his second wife, Keturah. After all, Moses had found refuge from Pharaoh among the Midianite tribes. He marries a Midianite girl, Zipporah, the daughter of Jethro, a priest of Midian. And he has 2 children with her, Gershom and Eleazar. Jethro, his father-in-law, will show Moses how to delegate his authority and how to set up a judicial system. Jethro may have been a primitive monotheist, but clearly most of his people were not. So what did the Midianites do? If you can't beat them, join them. If you can't join them, assimilate them. But how to do that? By being neighborly. Hey, we're having a festival in honor of our god Chemosh, the Baal Peor. Why don't you all come over and have a bite and a drink and celebrate with us? It's a real pip of a ceremonial. Now, ancient pagan peoples conceived of their gods as humans, only writ large. When Baal and his consort made love, this would cause the rain to fall and the earth to be fertile. But sometimes they forgot and needed to be reminded. The reminder came in the form of massive and promiscuous sexual activity among the people. The gods would look down and be reminded what they were supposed to be doing. This is sympathetic magic. Evidently, this was attractive to the Hebrews because many of them joined the festivities. Zimri, a prince among the clans of the tribe of Simeon, hooks up with Cosbi, a Midianite princess. They sashay through the camp, past Moses and Aaron and the elders at the entrance to the tent of meeting, who are mourning the state of affairs. Robert Alter says, the couple was headed for a kuba, a tent made of red leather used especially for cultic sex acts. That's when Pinchas, a grandson of Aaron, Pinchas, by the way, is an Egyptian name meaning the Nubian, or the darker one, he has had all he can take, and he picks up a spear, follows the couple into the tent, and impales the 2 of them on his spear. This stops the plague, which had broken out when this unfortunate interfaith encounter began. The Torah does not tell us whether Zimri or Cosby were married to other people. So we don't know if Pinchas was upset by the adultery or the idolatry. In a midrash, we read a tale of a Hebrew man saying to a Midianite woman, "Submit to me." And she replies, "I will, when you bow down to him," pulling a little image of Baal from under her clothes. Be that as it may, Pinchas gets rewarded by a special covenant with God and by the promise that the high priesthood will stay forever in his lineage. And so it did until 70 CE, when the Romans destroyed the Second Temple. To our modern, delicate sensibilities, Pinchas's actions seem extreme. But the first commandment does say, "You shall have no other gods before me." The rabbis take pains to point out that Pinchas's zeal for God's honor stopped the plague. Cosby's name has a couple of interesting meanings. It could mean voluptuous. Its three-letter root, its shoresh, kaf zayin vet, is the root for the word meaning to lie or to deceive. What conclusion are we modern people to take from this tale? Does it mean we should avoid Christmas parties given by our Christian friends and neighbors? I don't think so. Modern Christians are, by and large, more sedate and decorous than were the ancient and randy Midianites. Shabbat shalom, and thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you for that really interesting Devar Torah. Now, wait a minute. Pinchas helped stop the plague? Is that correct?
I killed him.
Okay, so who's going to stop the COVID the same as like Pinchas did?
Not the same thing.
Well, it's close. It's close to the same thing. Anyway. Shabbat shalom again. We have a few things coming up. Next week, there will be a special gathering and service for, especially for little people, meaning children and their parents. But if you want to come and play with the little kids, you're welcome to. Anna's going to tell a story. And so that could be interesting. It starts at 4:45 next Friday. Also, we will again be having the other Rick, whose last name I can say only when I'm looking at it. I can sound it out, but at any rate, the piano player will be here. Rick, the piano player. Other than that, mostly okay. This coming week is mostly the same things. Like Torah study tomorrow at 10:30. And of course, Kieran, Max, bat mitzvah service will be the 24th. Everybody's welcome to come. No, we thought we'd wait till, no lunch and learn. We thought we'd wait for Counselor Bruner to come back. Because she's enjoying it. I have one little request. The oneg. Shauna Worthington volunteered for the oneg and then found she had to be out of town, but she left us beautiful plates of goodies. There may be extra ones, and so you're welcome probably to take one home also for later. Before you leave, maybe I can get a few people to help move the two tables on this side and their chairs over the other way, because the piano is being moved off of the stage and across the room, and so we need plenty of room to get it over there. We're going to start using the nice piano for services, which is great. So the mover is coming on Monday. I think that's it. Let's think of anything I forgot. And so thank you also to everybody who took part tonight, which is practically everybody who's here, so I won't name you all.
And Brian behind the scenes.
Yeah, and Brian's been behind the scenes, making sure their broadcast goes well, I hope. So, we will have the concluding service with the Elenu, with the ark open.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר ביד אדוני למלך כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
You may be seated. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we especially remember Moses E. Grossman, Pearl Dove, Nathan Levine, Joseph Lubin, Theodore Fishkin, Seidel Haynes Robinson, Clara Strudler, and Barbara English. Is there anyone else you'd like to remember tonight? Is it still Schlossing?
No, I think we're beyond slow scene for Stan.
Yes?
We can mention Stan Sorokin.
Stan Sorokin for Shloshim. And those who wish to recite Kaddish on page 294, please rise.
Mark Siegel.
And Mark Siegel, okay. Yet Gadal, V'yet Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'yalma, V'yadra, Jirite, V'yamlik Malchute, V'chayachon, V'yamechon, V'chayed Kol B'Yisrael, V'agala, Uvizman Karif, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mivrak Le'alam Alamei Amaya, Yitbarak V'yishtabak V'yitpa'ar V'yitrumam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Tikudisha Barichu V'ela Minko Birkata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechamata Damiram V'yama V'imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbah Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. You may be seated. And we're going to conclude tonight with a rousing version of Adon Olam, page 321. if you forget the words by the time you get to the
Noah,
middle.
You're in charge of the rousing part. All right, one more. Big breath. Ready?
Adon Olam,
Olam,
Asher Malach.
Asher
Come on, B'terem Kol.
B'terem
There
Kol,
you see Nivra,
Nivra,
Le'et Nasa,
Nasa,
V'sev Zokol. Together. Hazeh Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam. Come on. Ve'ahare Kichlo HaKol. Levado lo Nimrod Nora Adon Olam. Ve'hu Haya, Ve'hu Hoveh. Ve'hu Yeh B'tifara Adon Olam. Adon Olam. Asher Malach.
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol.
B'terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra.
Nivra,
Le'et Nasa.
Nasa,
בחפצו כל, הזה מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם, והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו להכבירה אדון עולם, בלי ראשית, בלי תכלית, ולא העוז המזרע אדון עולם, אדון עולם, אשר מלך
Asher Malach,
בטרם כל,
B'terem Kol,
יציר נברא,
Nivra,
לעת נשא,
Nasa,
בחפצו כל, הזה מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם, והוא אלי, וחי גואלי, וצור חבלי ויצרה אדון עולם, והוא ניסי, ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא אדון עולם, אדון עולם, אשר מלך,
Asher Malach,
בטרם כל,
B'terem Kol,
יציר נברא, לעת נשא,
Nasa,
בחפצו כל, הזה מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם. Last one. בידו אפקיד רוחי, בעת עשה נברא ברא אדון עולם. ואם רוחי גווייתי, אדון עלי לביו יברא אדון עולם, אדון עולם. אשר מלך בטרם כל, יציר נברא, לעת נשא, בחפצו כל, הזה מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם.
I told you.
You said rousing. Noah, thank you. Shabbat shalom.
We're going to do the Kiddush, quick, like, before we, go to the, oh,
That's a totally different game. Yasha, go on. Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kadsho v'yahavahu v'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron le'maaseh bereshit kihu yom tehilah lemikra'e kodesh zecher yitziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'hartav v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'yahavahu v'ratzon inchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen.
thank you for coming. Good evening, goodbye to our virtual watchers.